This is Irontrader, and it is Turnaround Tuesday. Well, we got to see if it all plays out here. Yesterday we had a pretty good sell-off, and today it looks like we're up just a little bit here, pretty much flat. We'll got to see how it's going to shake out for the day. Okay, we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, gold, silver, crude oil, natural gas. We'll take a look here at the old NQ and see what the Nasdaq futures are doing. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, about ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have Bitcoin, daily and weekly chart. Now you can see here, this is still in play here. See, we have a left shoulder, head, and a right shoulder kind of a situation. Now we came down and we went yesterday, I should say today, below this 8-day, but we never did make it to the 21-day simple moving average. Now yesterday we had a low of 107,840. Today we had a low here of 107,680. Okay, so we have just a little bit lower, but now you can see here we have a green candle and possible bottoming tail right there, and we're holding that key 8 simple moving average. Okay, so that's what we want to watch on the downside, is that 108,546. That's that 8-day. Then we want to come here to that 107,381. Okay, there's your 21-day. Then we'll come down to this level right here. You're looking at 440. And then we have your 50-day at 104,652. Now you can see how that 50-day here, it crossed over and moving up very, very nicely. So that's going to provide very, very good support if that 8 and 21-day is lost. Now, on the upside, so far I made a high at 109,460 level. What you're going to be looking for here next is going to be yesterday's high at that 110,265. Then we'll come up here at 110,455, and then we'll come here to the retest at 111,220. We crack above that. We're going to come up top of this candle at 112.60. That's your next upside target. And then here's your big boy right up here, 112.345. That is your all-time high and your breakout. We crack that, you can go to 113, and I think you're going to rally right to that 115, 116 area very, very nicely. So let's just see how this all going to shake out. Now, yesterday was a good buying opportunity here in after hours. Came all the way on down here, but you notice how nice that 21-day is rolling up here. The 8-day is still over the top, so this is still looking very, very good. Okay, now here we have 56. That's plenty of room to run to the upside. Your green is over your red. So this is looking very, very bullish, and that inverse head and shoulders pattern is still very, very much in play. Unless we start losing that 50-day and come down to that 99, that would negate the pattern. But so far, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, working out very, very nicely. Okay, here's the weekly. Okay, so right now we're holding this 106,949. That's what we have to close above by Friday. Okay, so that's going to be very, very key. Now, I can see here we're just into this real big thick area of resistance. You can see all the topping tails that came in here, but we did break that downtrend, and so I think we're looking here pretty good for a big retest of 112,345. And then we have to see what happens when it gets there. Does it break through? Does it double top? Then we have to wait and just kind of see the situation. Okay, so now we're sitting here at 65. You got plenty of room to run to the upside here. Your green is still over your red. So this is actually looking very, very bullish chart. Bottom left, upper right, very, very nice here on the weekly here. So have a little more patience. I'm long the BITX, and that's working out very, very nicely. Okay, let's take a look here now at gold and silver. Okay, here we have gold and silver. Let's take a little peek ski. Okay, so gold here, we're basically the same thing as we were yesterday. Okay, now we put a bottoming tail in there yesterday, and we closed back above here this 8-day and that 50-day. And that's everything right there, okay? So right now you want to watch that 33.32 level. Okay, the 8-day just above that at 33.34. That's going to be your key support level on a closing basis. Now, when we lose that, we come down here. 33.21. We'll come to the bottom of this candle here, 33.04 level. And then we can do is we can come down to the bottom here. You're looking at 32.66, and then we have your retest at 32.50. We lose that, you got your 100-day at 31.95. But this is hanging in very, very nice. And we'll also have, look at here, see, left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder pattern. Okay, so if you want to learn about patterns, then just go on my playlist. I have all about chart patterns, candlesticks. And what you want to do is you want to try to identify the pattern before it actually kind of happens, okay? So you can see how this one is in play. So this could drag out for a little while yet, and then maybe possibly have a nice good rally up. But again, if we start losing all this and we come down to that 32.50, well, that would negate the pattern, okay? Because they don't always play out, okay? So what we have on the upside is 33.61. There's your 21-day, and you can see how we're wedging right in between it. This is why you trade the chart. See, went right in there and it pulled back. See? Right there, the same thing and same way today. It's going right into that 21-day, okay, 33.61. Now, get above that, We come up here, 33.76 level, okay? Then we just follow it up here, 34.05. Then we come up here at 34.13, and we just work yourself all the way up here, 34.19 level here, until we can get up back above here, 34.68, and then your big retest there at 34.76. Then we have to see what the reaction is if it gets there. Does it go all the way up to the 35.09 and break out, or what happens, okay? So that's going to be your high. You crack that, you're going to head towards that 35.50 and probably head towards that 3,600 level here. But right now, we're just stuck right here between the 8-day, 50-day on the bottom and that 21-day on the old top. Now, here sitting at 48, that could go either way. Same way with this here. The green is below your red here, but we just have that sideways action. So just be a little bit cautious here. Now, for me, for trading wise, I only trade this on the long side. I use the GLD. So if we close above this 21-day at 33.61, I will be long the GLD, and I will take it to that 34.76 level. Okay, silver here. Well, let's see. The silver's hanging in very, very nicely. We have that nice, good uptrend that we're holding at 21 days. See how nice these charts are working? Okay, so downside, you want to watch right there. What do we got there? 36.66. That is going to be your, say, 36.67 level. That's your 8-day. And then right below that, we have that 36.50. That's your 21-day. Now, we lose that. We come to yesterday's low at 36.32. We'll come down here, 36.05 level. Okay, we come down here to this, 35.63. We'll come to the bottom there at 35.58. And we come down to the bottom at 35.19. And then we always look here at 34.94. That was your nice bull flag situation. And then we have your 50-day at 34.61. But I like to show you where it could possibly go. But right now, as long as we're holding this 21-day, this is going to be sideways to up kind of an action. Okay. So now upside, we made a high here of 37.09. You can see how strong this level is right here. See this 37.10. Okay. We come up here. You're looking at 37.03. So you can see if you bring that line right across, you can see how strong that 37 level is. Now, if you get above that, well, then we have targets up here. You got 37.33, 37.40, and then there's your big recent high at 37.43. You crack that, you're going 38, and then possibly to that 40 area. But right now here, as long as we're holding the 21 and the 8-day, this is looking very, very bullish. We're going to be sideways to up action. Okay, let's take a look here at crude and Natgas. Okay, here we have crude oil. Now, again, yesterday, over the weekend, OPEC announced that they are going to add more crude oil on the market here. Right now, for the last 3 months, they've been putting on 411,000 extra barrels per day. They're going to kick that up to 548 there in August. Okay, so again, the stock, you know, what did oil do? Oil ran up. Okay, so a lot of times, misremember, it's never, you know, it's not the news that matters, it's the reaction to it. Okay, so you think, oh man, they're adding oil, this is going to come right on off here. Well, not necessarily. That's why you want to trade the charts. It takes all the emotions, all the feelings, everything right out of the trade. Okay, so yesterday we had this nice big green candle. You can see where it came down, held that 100-day. Well, where did it go? Right into that 200-day, right there. Stopped it cold. Okay, boom, right there. Now today, we have what they call an inside day, so we got to see how this all going to shake out. So what we're watching on the upside is we're watching that 67.90. There's your 21-day, and then obviously that 68.44 level. That's your 200-day. Now we get above that, then we're going to be looking right here for top of this candle at 69.29. We'll come to the bottom of this candle at 69.56, and then we can come all the way up here to that 71.33 level. We can come up to 72.32, and then we just follow right up 73.90. Okay, 74.27, 75.74, and then we have your big retest up there at 78. Okay, now this was that war premium situation here. Okay, so we had a bear flag. It didn't really play out. It was rising up here very, very nicely here, but then it just kept going sideways action. But right now we just have like a square box going on here. Okay, so your 200-day is up on the top here. That's 68.44, and then we have basically your 50-day on the bottom at that 63.99 level. Okay, so on the downside, what we want to watch is today's low. That's going to be your support, 67.33. Right here, we'll come right down to the bottom there. You're looking at 66.53. This 8-day is key at 66.40, and then we have your 100-day at 65.51. We lose that, you're going to be going right here to that 63.99. That is your 50-day. Now, again, we start losing that, then we have your price channel at 62.82 level, and then we come all the way down here, right down to this 59 level. But let's just see how this all shakes out, because we've got summer driving going on here. So right now here, this is still very, very much in play here. So what we want to do is just trade this range until she either going to break above that 200-day, or we're going to break down to that 100-day, hit that 50-day, and possibly lower. Right now, we just have sideways action, looking at 54. Same way here, just sideways action. So basically, this is a trade. This is not a buy and hold to go long or short. It's just a trade. Okay, Natty Gas. Well, we had that topping tail, came right on down where to go, right to that 200-day. Look how nice that is, okay? Now, we held that 200-day right there, and then we kept on rallying, but you notice that it just could not get higher. Now, we put this lower low in here compared to that, by a couple of cents, okay? But we're hanging right around that 200-day now, and this is going to be key support is that 341. We lose that, we go to today's low at 337, and then we'll be looking right back there for that 327 level, okay? Upside, you can see how the 8-day now, it crossed over, but now you can see how it's going sideways here, okay? So that's going to be resistance, 348. Okay, everything is sitting right there for it. Very, very easy, okay? There's your upside target, 348. You get above that, you're going to go right there to 353. You get above that, we'll come right here to the 21-day at 359, and then we have your 100-day at 370. 370, okay? Above that, we got 375, and then we hit for this right here at that 384 level. But a lot of resistance, 8, 50-day, 21-day, 100-day, everything, and we're sitting right at the 100-day. Now, you take a look at this chart here. Okay, you say, it doesn't look good. But really, low, higher, low, higher, low. We have an uptrending chart going on here. But we got to see how this all going to shake out. But, 342 here for the natural gas. So just watch this 200-day today. We get cracking. Then we just follow the 8, 21-day, 100-day until we find it where it stops, okay? So you can see here where we went into the 50-day pullback. We went above it, but it couldn't hold it back. Yesterday, ran to the 8, back, and then today we have an inside day indecision candle, so we got to see how that shakes out, okay? Now, I trade the UNG for the long, KLD for the short. I'll be watching this 200-day. If we start losing that area there, I'll be taking a short down to the 327. Now, if we can hold that, and we can get up towards that, that's really not enough for me. But if we can get above that 8-day, everything is so crowded here. So if we can start getting rolling, then I will jump right into the UNG and take it long. Okay, 45. Well, that's plenty. That's not overbought or oversold. The green is below your red here because we have a look at downtrending situation. But we do have a double bottom action here. Okay, so that's what we want to watch. We have this double bottom. So just, that's looking very, very good. Okay. Let's take a look here now at the old NQ. Okay, here we have the old NASDAQ futures. Now, you can see where it just doesn't want to give up the ghost, okay? It just wants to keep right on rolling. Now, yesterday we had that down day, but where did it come? Right down to the 8-day, okay? So this 8-day is holding nice. So then if we lose that 8-day at that 22,833 level, then we're going to go down to the 21-day here, the old catch-all, 22,314. You can see how nice it's holding, okay? See, held it the whole way, okay? It comes lower, but where to go? Right back above it. Okay, so this is the two things that you want to watch on the downside is 22,833 and then 22,314. We lose that, you're going to be heading right for that 50-day at 21.43, possible that 200-day. But you can see here we have this overbought condition, but that doesn't mean it can't stay overbought here, okay? But that means it's very, very strong, and that's exactly where it's going. People are putting in here, your day traders here are putting in with the FOMO, and they did FOMO. They just want to keep it rolling here. But eventually, this will come off. I'm not saying it's going to come off today or tomorrow, but eventually it will, okay? Now, upside here, we want to watch today's high, 22,972. Then we watch out here at 23.28 and then 23.02. So this is what they call just the trader's market, okay? This is not a buy and hold. Buy and hold was down here. Now, you look at the NASDAQ, S&P, Dow, they're all the same, okay? But I say, this was your big buy and hold right here. This is a trader's market. But just watch that 8-day. We lose that. We'll look at the catch-all at the 21-day. We lose that. You're going to come down to that 50-day. Upside, just watch that 23.102. We break that, well, we're going into no man's land. Okay, so you just keep running up until you don't. Just that simple. Okay, I'll be back here midday trading, and we'll take a look at some stocks. Now, remember, we'll see if this turnaround Tuesday does play out. But right now, the NQ is up about 64. And remember, on the 9th here, which will be tomorrow, all that tariff situation is going to come into play. All right, trade what's in front of you. Now what you want.